Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiffany Hansen. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make Scrubbies. Oh my gosh, these are incredible. They're amazing. If you've never made them before, you have got to try making these. They work great for you personally. I use these personally in my own sink to wash dishes. They are incredible. I actually think they work so much better than those blue scratchy sponges that you buy at the store with the scratch on the top and the sponge on the bottom. I don't even buy those anymore. I actually haven't bought them for years because these work so great and they last a really long time. There's actually one in my sink right now I've been using for over a year. Yes, it has deteriorated a little bit. Yes, it has lost some of its friction, its grab, its scratch, but it still has power to punch. And I'm like, after a year, you're still working? That's crazy. Also, if you notice that it's starting to get dirty, it's super easy to clean. You just pop it in the dishwasher, cleans up, or you can just run it under the faucet, put a little bit of soap on it, and scrub it around, and it's clean. Doesn't hold a smell. So they work fantastic. I'll tell them, hey, you're doing the dishes, and they'll run upstairs and grab a scratch pad. I'm like, stop it. I need those. They also make great gifts if you want anything to give away. They also sell incredibly well. So if you are a vendor, if you are somebody that does events, you crochet things to sell, you want to have Scrubbies on your table because they are a home item. They are something you can sell all year round. They are not a themed item like for babies or for a holiday. They are something you can use all year round. I've actually had people come up to my table asking me if I have crocheted Scrubbies. And I'm like, yes, I do. I will always have crocheted Scrubbies on my table. They just sell great. I've had people ask me to manipulate the pattern, make a jumbo size. I've had people like the rounded scrubby. I've had people like the flat disc scrubby. So I'm going to show you how to do the different variations also. So what you're going to need to make this guy, what you're going to use is very different. It's nylon tulle from the fabric department. That's right, the fabric department. We're not using yarn. What I love about this is that it has the grab, the friction that's strong enough to really get that dish clean. Okay, so I was walking down the material department of the craft store and I was thinking to myself, okay, if I had never made Scrubbies before, how would I know what material to buy? Because there are so many different variations of material, right? So I took a picture of the material that we are using today. And I want you to identify in this picture how big the holes are in the tulle material. Okay, perfect. Okay, so you get this tulle. I recommend that you get a yard's length. Okay, a yard's length will make more than one Scrubby, but it's a good even number where it's easy to remember. Okay, you're also going to want a pair of scissors because we're going to cut this into strips. And you're going to want a size J10 or 6mm crochet hook. It's one of the biggies. It makes this really easy to work with because this material, obviously it has friction, it has grab, so we're going to need a bigger hook so that way we can actually move this material alongside itself. You'll see how this works. Okay, so are you ready to make your Scrubby? Let's go. Okay, so when you first get your tulle, it'll most likely be folded up like this from your craft store where they cut the material for you. Go ahead and open it. Okay, make sure all the folds are on the corners. The material is lined up. Okay, and go ahead and fold it onto itself. Just making sure that everything stays lined up. Fold it again. Okay. And we're going to fold it one more time. Great. Okay. That is the smallest that I could fold it. Making sure the sides are even right there. Okay. So you're going to pinch it together and take your scissors and every 1 inch approximately, you don't have to be exact because believe me, you're going to make these cuts and nothing is going to stay straight. I promise you. But that is okay. So every 1 inch, you're going to want to make a cut. Great. Okay, putting the scissors off to the side. Now you're going to take the ends of your material and you're going to tie them in a knot. Okay, so go ahead and take one of those and separate it out. Go ahead and follow it along. Oh, there's an end right there. And then the other side, right there. You're going to take both ends. Oh my gosh, they're like transparent. You can barely see them. So you're going to take both ends that you have cut, going to put them on top of each other, and you're going to tie a knot in that. Tie them together. Boom. Just like that. Okay? So now it is tied together. Keep following that strip. There it is. It's really thin, but that's okay. Put the two ends on top of each other and tie a knot in them, just like that. Great. And you just keep going, guys. Keep following it along. If you want to, from the very beginning, roll these into a ball, okay? It just holds everything together instead of having a big mess of tulle that's been tied together. So go ahead and wrap it around your fingers, making a ball. If you've done this, if you're like, I know what you're doing, I don't need you to show me, then that's fine. Go ahead and fast forward through this part. But just making a ball with the tulle that we have tied together already, keeping it more organized. So once you have some established on these fingers, pull them off your fingers, and now roll it along the sides this way. Great. And then once that starts to get really thick, turn it, roll it along that way. Okay, and you just keep moving the ball, shuffling it around, and that's how you make the ball. Okay, so I've reached the end here of my material, so I need to grab more. So just keep doing this, guys, and rolling your ball, and I will see you once all of this has been tied together and been rolled into your ball. Okay, see you very soon. Great. So when you're all done, you'll have a ball that looks something just like this. Great. Okay, so go ahead and at the end, kind of roll it together a little bit so it's easier to work with. You're going to make a slip knot. Putting that over, sticking that through, grabbing your yarn. Perfect. With that J hook, making sure that that is really fitting loosely. I think the one thing that you're going to notice about working with nylon tulle is the grab, the friction. Okay, so you're going to either make a magic ring or chain 2. My favorite thing to do is chain 2, so I'm going to chain 1. And I made a really big loop, like I over-exaggerated my single crochet. Or my chain, okay? And go ahead and made that loop real big and pulled that through. You're going to put 6 single crochets or in either the first chain or 6 single crochets in your magic ring, okay? Great. We are not doing a slip stitch chain 1. We are working in continuous rows, okay? So you find that very first stitch that we're working with, try to find the very top of that stitch. If it's a little difficult, it's okay. Grab what you can grab. It's a tough material. So pull through. You're going to increase in every stitch across or just put 2 single crochets in each stitch across. So you should end this round with 12 single crochets. You can kind of start to see the hole in the stitch there. Put your hook right in that hole. When you get up to a knot, just push the knot behind the work and keep going. All of those knots will get hidden inside the middle of the scrubby. Great, we have made it to the end of row 2, and how I can identify the end of row 2 is I just noticed that there is now 2 rows. I bumped right into the 2 rows. So row 3, round 3, is going to be increase in the first space, single crochet in the second space, then increase in the third space, single crochet in the fourth space. Okay, and you repeat that pattern all the way to the end. You should end this round with 18 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 16, 17, and 18. All right, if you're like me and you're not using any kind of row counter, then it is very, very important that you at least count your number of stitches. I give you the number of stitches that will be in that round so you can gauge where you are in that round. But if you're not giving yourself a row marker, like I just counted to row 18, and I knew that round 13 would have 18 stitches in it, so I knew that when I hit my 18th stitch, I reached the end of that round, okay? So make sure you count your stitches or use a row marker, please, please, please. Okay, so we are now in row 4. In row 4, we're going to increase in that first space, and then do a single crochet, and then a single crochet. Increase, single crochet, single crochet. And that is the repeating pattern for this round. You will end this round with 24 single crochets. So increase, 1, 2, and then 3, 4. Increase, 5, 6, and then 7, 8. $21, $22, tuck that behind, $23, and $24. Great. Okay, row 5 or round 5, you're just going to single crochet, 1 single crochet in each space all the way around. So again, at the end of round 5, you will have 24 single crochets.
Do I care too carefully? What is wrong with me? Does somebody know what is wrong with me?
23 and 24. Great. Okay, so you should notice that it's starting to curve now. That single crochet row really created that curve. So we're going to push everything on the inside. We're going to make that curve go this direction. And then inside here, you see all of those little knot tails that we just pushed behind our work. They will all end up getting squished on the inside of the scrubby. So you won't see those at all. So don't worry about crocheting over them or anything. We want them to be in the center so that way they create the filler. Okay, we are now into row 6 or round 6. We are now going to start our decreases. So we're going to decrease the first 2 spaces to 1. So in that first space, go ahead and grab some yarn, grab a loop. In the next space, you're gonna go in, grab another loop. You will have 3 loops on your crochet hook, okay? 1, 2, 3. Go ahead and yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. That is a decrease, okay? We just made 2 spaces into 1. And you're going to put 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet. And that's going to be the repeating pattern, guys. You're going to decrease and then 1, 1, decrease and then 1, 1. So I just decreased 1, 2. So that decrease makes one space. So that'd be 1, then 2, and this is our third stitch. We're going to end round 6 with 18 single crochets, okay? So we just did 3. Great. Oh my goodness, look at that. You can really see it coming along. Okay, round 7 is going to be a decrease and then 1 single crochet, and then decrease and then 1 single crochet. And that's the repeating pattern for round 7. You will end round 7 with 12 single crochets or 12 stitches. So and 12. Great. Okay, next row or round is round 8, and we're just going to decrease every 2 spaces together. That's it. We will end with 6 stitches, okay? I'm not broken, I'm just split in 2. The memory of you just come running by. And 6. Awesome. Okay, go ahead and flatten that out a little bit. You'll feel that it's cushy, and it's cushy because of all of those knots and those tails that are on the inside of the scrubby. Okay, so if you want to keep your scrubby looking poofy like this, that is great. So all you're going to do is either grab your scissors, or what's great about this material is you just take the side and you can rip it just like that. You can just rip it off. Okay, so you will then go into the third space. So if I'm looking at my hook, see space 1, space 2, space 3. Space 3 should be directly across from your hook. Go into that big hole, come out space 3, yarn over and pull that through. Don't let go of it. Okay, pull it through and pull it through your loop on your hook. It's a slip stitch. Okay, but you did not let go of that little bit of tail. Yarn over again, pull that all the way through that loop and pull, and that is a knot. We just knotted it closed, and it created a closure for that big gap in your work, so it didn't have a ginormous big gap hole. Perfect, we closed it up. Go into a side stitch, doesn't matter which one. Come out really close to that tail that's left over. Cool. Yarn that over and pull that into the inside of your scrubby. And there you go, guys. That is a scrubby. Ready to go. Ready for the sink. Ready for your table. Ready for your gift basket. There you go. Okay, so that's for a poofy one. If you want a larger poofy one, go ahead and I'm going to reference you to the video on how to make a ball that I have attached in the note section below. And that shows you how to take a circular shape just like this. I even think I mentioned scrubbies in that video, and how to expand it, how to make it bigger so you can make a jumbo size or even a huge size or whatever size circular shape scrubby that you want. Okay, sound good? Now, what if you want the disc shape? You want that flat scrubby that some people have on their table, because this one's poofy. But what if you want the flat disc scrubby? Let me show you how they do that, okay? So go ahead and go in the third space. 1, 2, 3. Inside that hole, come out through the third space, yarn over, pull through all the way. Okay, so to make that flat disc, you want to cut a at least 9-inch string tail off of your material. So I'm going to make this hole off of my hook real big, okay? Real big. I'm gonna pull that through. Need it to be real big so I don't get a whole lot of grab. Then very carefully ease that knot down to close. Okay? Push your disc, form your disc shape. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your crochet hook. You're going to insert in one side, pop out the other side. Okay? Going to yarn over that tail and pull it all the way through. Then you're going to come in the other side so you have the tail poking out one side of the work. Okay? You're going to come in the other side, pop through, yarn over that tail, and pull it through to the other side. And you're just going to keep doing this all the way around, and it's basically sewing your scrubby into a disc shape. Okay, if you see a bump anywhere in your disc, go ahead and just bring your tail in that direction and sew it flat. You just keep going all the way around. The more you sew along the edge pieces, the more that flat shape will really come into play. You'll start to feel it. You'll start to notice, hey, I think I need to bring this through in this spot over here, bring this through in that spot over there. But there you go. And doing this makes it flat, opposed to the more rounded ball shape scrubby. So some people like one, some people like the other. You can make both. It's all up to you guys. Perfect. Okay, so when you are done with your tail, sewing or weaving it in and out, I would go in the same side of the disc, enter in any space, pop out right next to where your tail is, right there. Yarn over, pull through, but hold on to the end of the tail. Pull over, or yarn over, pull through, and that forms that knot right there. We want to create the knot so it doesn't eventually unravel. That would be no good. Insert your hook anywhere into the work. Come out right where that knot was made. Yarn over that tail and just pull it into the work. And it disappears. And that is your disc-shaped scrubby. Perfect. Okay, great. I really hope that you use these. I really hope that you make these. They make for some really incredible things to have around the house, and I highly encourage you to give it a try. So what did you think, guys? It was pretty easy, right? And kind of cool working with a different material to crochet with. I love working with different materials. It really just expands the whole world of crochet. We got the blue rounded scrubby, and we also have the yellow flat disc scrubby. If you want to know how to expand to make a jumbo size scrubby, I did put in the note section below the how to make a ball video where I do reference my scrubbies, just the circular shape and how you can expand that shape to make it as big as you want and really manipulate the pattern. Well, thank you so much for spending time with me today. I love spending time with you and just crocheting with you. It is the highlight of my day. Please give my video a like. If you haven't yet, subscribe to my channel, join my tribe, and see me again next week with a new video. I have a new video posted every Tuesday, every Friday, and I cover content such as how-to videos on how to crochet things, how to sell your crochet, how to manipulate a pattern, and how to work with different materials like tools. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a fabulous day. I will see you next time. Bye, guys.